Hello everyone, today is still 4th of October, now it's 20 past 5 in the afternoon Moscow time. I'm Levan Gudadze and this is new episode of Headlines, short summary of the news that I will talk about in more detail or with more details in my second update that will be published on my Patreon page shortly. As I mentioned in today's first update, today's weather is quite rainy here in Moscow and therefore I'm recording this episode of Headlines from this improvised studio. Anyways, let's go through some headlines now. And RIA Novosti is reporting that according to Russian Defense Ministry's latest update, Kiev regime lost in a Kursk salient area after beginning of invasion more than 20,000 military personnel. Of course, all the details in second update, including about equipment that Kiev regime lost in Kursk salient. TASS news agencies report that, according to the Defense Ministry of the Russian Federation, during the previous week, Russian armed forces liberated 6 settlements, big and small settlements, on line of contact, including Uglidar. Also, RIA Novosti's a report with the headline that Russian armed forces conducted precise strike on the point of concentration of their NATO mercenaries in Kherson direction. Interesting. Obviously, Kherson direction is the southern sector of the front, and as we all know, on southern sectors of the front line, especially active are British military personnel and representatives of the UK's intelligence services. So therefore, possibly British militaries end up being on receiving end of the Russian missiles. Although, let's continue with some more news. RIA Novosti's report here with the headline that head of security of Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant was killed today as a result of terrorist attack by Kiev regime's main intelligence directorate. On my Telegram channel, I shared video of explosion of the car of this person, and this video was shared by main intelligence directorate itself. So Kiev regime and its institutions not just conducting themselves as terrorists, but they are terrorists, and they are copying all the tactics that we see from terrorists, including sharing videos of their terrorist attacks. TASS news agency is reporting that according to insider information of the Forbes, Zelensky's office is not happy with the head of main intelligence directorate Kirill Budanov, also with head of general staff Sirsky and head of defense minister Umerov, which is quite interesting. And there are speculations for quite some time now on internet that these individuals may be fired shortly. I'm not at all surprised that there are internal confrontation inside the Kiev regime. RIA Novosti is also reporting that Finland this year will participate first time in nuclear exercises of NATO. TASS news agencies report that according to IDF, they eliminated 250 members of the Hezbollah and southern Lebanon. Details in the second update, of course, but it's up to you if you will believe reports of their IDF or not. RIA Novosti's report that Iran stated that recent missile strikes on Israel was a minimal punishment for all their actions that Israel conducted entire year, basically, including against Iran. And also Tehran is promising that if Israel will dare to attack Iran, then the response will be much more severe. RT is reporting that UK to return disputed overseas territories to African state. So Mauritius had claimed that it was forced to cede the Chagos Island in exchange for its independence from Britain, and now they are about to receive back this territory. And on a backdrop of that news, Argentina is making statements that they are intended, Buenos Aires is intended to return its control over the Malvine Islands, and of course Argentina calls Malvine Islands this archipelago. UK calls Falkland Islands. Well, Argentina tried once to establish control over these islands. It did not went down well for Argentinian forces. I doubt that they will try again, but political statements may be issued every now and then. TASS news agencies report with the headline that decision to exclude Taliban from the list of terrorist states was made on a highest level in Russian Federation, and only formalization seems like is left now, which will of course help to further improve relationships between Russian leadership and leadership of Afghanistan. RIA Novosti is reporting that EU stopped all high-ranking meetings between EU and Georgia's leadership. EU is clearly not just EU, but Western ruling class, Western ruling so-called elites clearly are not happy with current leadership of Georgia because of their principal position that they will not sacrifice Georgia and Georgian citizens for geopolitical interest of the Western ruling class, and this position makes extremely unhappy many individuals in decision-making position in the collective West. RT is reporting that Russia reveals important conditions for joining the BRICS, and I have to add some more on the onto this news that BRICS applicants can't join in sanctions against any of their economic bloc's member states. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov said on Tuesday, outlining one of the conditions for joining the club, and this is only one of their conditions, quite an understandable one. And my guess is that there will be more conditions, and one of the additional conditions will be that applicants have applicants should not be members of their NATO. But this is my guess. Let's see. If Turkey will join BRICS while being member of NATO, then I guess I was wrong. But if Turkey will not join, then RT is reporting that EU makes a move towards a trade war with Beijing. Bloc members have given the necessary support for steep tariffs on Chinese-made electric cars. The European Commission has stated, of course, details about tariffs itself and how China might respond in second update. RT is reporting that India ramp ups Russian oil imports, and when it comes to oil, we have this interesting news that, according to Interfax, Brent crude is traded for $78.79, which is significantly higher than a couple of days ago, and there are definitely good news for oil producer states, including Russia. And this is it when it comes to this short video, a new episode of Headlines. Hopefully you will find it informative and interesting, and my hope is, dear friends, that after watching Headlines, some members at least of our bigger community on YouTube and Rumble will decide to join our tiny community on our Patreon or Boosty. Of course, if those members want to support my work, Subscription on Patreon starts, monthly subscription starts from $5, and subscription on Boosty starts with, from about $6. All the links under this video in the description box and in the pinned comment. And dear friends, if you like my work in general, if you like my channels, if you want to support, of course, you can do it not just by subscribing to my Patreon or Boosty pages, but also with the crypto, if you are good with this relatively new feature, and also by donating through PayPal or Boosty platform. Yesterday and today, last 2 days, I didn't receive even single donation. So, so yes, if there will be some donations, that will definitely be appreciated. Okay, this is it for now. Have a great day and a wonderful upcoming weekend. Take care.